What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 15 of the Stand Up Guys podcast. The podcast where three guys that took the short bus to school gather around and bring random topics of conversation, current events, and weird news stories from the week and see if we can't make something funny and or entertaining out of it. I'm your host, the incomparable Zach Jones, joined by the Billy Carter to my Jimmy Carter, Lester Jones.
Billy Carter was the money Carter.
He was kind of the black sheep, wasn't he, with the whole Billy beer scandal?
But he had beer. He can't be all bad. He's got something going for him. He's an entrepreneur.
And also joining us this week, the Ninth Wonder, Chocolate Thunder, dropping fitties and grabbing titties, the nip flicking, deep dicking, swimming in boobies like Scrooge McDuck and rubies, the phenomenal A.J. Singh.
Nice. I think that was the best one so far.
That's been the most complimentary.
Yeah, that was better.
Hello, everyone.
All right. Anyone watching, please, all the standard podcast stuff you always hear, give us a like, subscribe, comment, write us a positive review, all that great stuff. Before we get going, guys, what are your Twitter handles?
I am a name for this too, and that's the number 2.
And Lester?
At unsolicited SUG.
And you can find me at Zach Jones Live, ZachJonesLive. All right, guys, any good news or just personal stories from the week before we start? Anything good happen?
I got served on Halloween.
Yeah. So tell this story, because I heard part of it yesterday, but
It's not really a story. Like, Roman answered the door, and then, like, she's like, it's for you. It's some like, random dude, and, like, yeah, I went out there, and it got served for outstanding credit card debt, which is kind of interesting, so.
yes, like I have never heard of this happening. People getting served papers for credit card. I've never heard of this.
Yeah, no, I just like I got caught up in a weird space with like the divorce and then like being pseudo homeless for a little while and then like scraping by with a crap job, but they were on my list of things to do someday.
But it's also kind of weird just because, like, I mean, you're over there at their house periodically.
Well,
but
yeah, that was part of the weird part because I got served like not where I live, but where my ex lives, and I was over there visiting for Halloween. So yeah, it's kind of interesting that guy showed up.
Well, it makes you wonder if you had a plan, like, oh, it's Halloween. I bet he'll be over here today, like doing family stuff.
I bet he was trying to knock some out on Halloween because people answer the door on Halloween.
It's probably not a bad idea if you think about it.
Right. It's like, I have to plan my dickery strategically.
I bet he does it on, like, Thanksgiving and Christmas, too. Like, you just think it's another relative coming to the door.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. You've been served.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up, really. So, like, when do you have to appear? Like, how far is that out?
It just says within 30 days, so I don't know if I have to go to the courthouse or something. I should read it a little more in-depth, probably.
Probably before you go to debtor's prison.
Yeah. Before they send me off to Australia or something.
All right, well, let's go ahead and, as tradition dictates, AJ, we'll have you go first.
Well, I just wanted to touch on the fact that I watched Borat 2 today.
Oh, yeah, we watched it.
Yeah, we watched that, too.
What did you guys think of it? It was all right.
The best part was in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
What was in the first 5 minutes?
Where the strong man hits that thing and hits him in the nuts with that belt.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I also like that part, right?
I just ruined it for people.
That first 5 minutes, too, where he's, like, talking about how, like, people were jumping out of their tallest skyscrapers or whatever. This is the guy jumping out of, like, a
second story.
Yeah.
And he just gets up.
Yeah. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I guess you watch Borat to, like, escape from reality, and that was, like, a bunch of...
Yeah, it's hard to tell, like, what's acted and what's real and what's, like, it mixes together in such a weird way.
Yeah. It's definitely a movie that's more, I would say, less evergreen than the first Borat movie, just because it's so wrapped up in, like, coronavirus and the election and things like that. It's a very movie of here and now. But yeah, I thought it was entertaining.
Yeah, I was entertained.
Yeah, I was okay with it, but
yeah,
I thought the first one was much better.
The first one was better. God, I still, like, When they're running around and the big fat dude's naked, I laugh so goddamn much at that. Just like I was dying. That's like the funniest thing I think I've ever seen.
God, I think we were in college when that came out.
Yeah, and he kisses that big fat guy right on the ass. Jeez, that's dedication.
Yeah.
That's a dedication to your craft.
Yeah, for both of them.
Man. So
How do you think he pitched it to the fat guy? Okay, so you're gonna pin me down. Your ass is gonna be right in my face, and you're gonna like make me kiss your ass.
whatever happened to that fat guy? You never see him anymore. That was his 15 minutes of
That
fame.
was his big. It does seem like I'd seen him in stuff prior to that, possibly, but not after so much.
I bet he was in like one thing afterwards, but who knows what it was.
Yeah.
Some spy movie. I think he was in Get Smart.
Alongside the Great Collie.
Yeah, I think so. And so this week I also watched Blood of Zeus. It's a cartoon on Netflix.
Oh, I haven't heard of it.
Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't heard of it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I liked it.
Blood of.
Is it more for adults than kids, or?
Yeah, I think so. It's about like what's the whole Greek thing, but it's got
Like turning into animals and raping people.
Well, Zeus does that. Only the king of the gods does that. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of like that whole Hercules story you've heard before, like where he doesn't know he's the son of like Zeus and all that. But it's fun. I liked it. I watched first season.
Oh, because he's the blood of. Okay,
Yeah,
it's all coming together now.
yeah.
It all checks out.
Yeah, I thought he had drip dick or something. So in Graham, North Carolina, there's like this get out and vote rally, and it was ended when police pepper sprayed the people.
What?
Yeah. They like give them a 5-minute warning to break up, and then they pepper sprayed them. I was like, what kind of fucked up shit is this?
Yeah.
But they were talking to one of the officers, and he said like his only regret was that more people weren't getting out to vote.
What?
No, that was a joke.
Okay, I was about to say.
I decided to add something on this story.
I mean, it didn't say like they were getting rowdy or something.
Well, like I guess basically all they were doing, they were blocking the street, and the cops sort of gave them 5-minute warning and then just pepper sprayed them. But you figure, blocking a road, and it was also it's like something like I guess they'd applied for, and like they got shut down on some technicality of like not being timely application or something. But I mean, at the end of the day, a few people in a road blocking a road to just pepper spray
Yeah.
because they're trying to get people out to vote seems kind of a dickish.
Well, I know a few months ago when like all the protests were going on, like once again on Facebook, my relatives, like I've seen several of them posted this thing that was like, it showed pictures of people blocking roads, and they're like, these people would block an ambulance if it needed to come by. Just don't, or like reshare if you think they should all be tried for attempted murder or something. I was like, jeez.
I mean, some cases are like even in Portland, like you'll get them strategically trying to block bridges and stuff, which I mean, it can be a pretty big hassle, and I am sure it does occasionally affect ambulances or something. But yeah, I mean, just randomly having some people out, it seems a little excessive.
Yeah. Where was that? That was North Carolina.
Yeah, North Carolina, Graham, North Carolina.
Oh, was that everything?
That's it.
All right, I got a quick one here. I'm just curious, are there certain words that you guys, for one reason or another, just hate, or they just annoy you? Like, I know a couple weeks ago, I touched on the fact that I don't like the word woke. I don't know what.
Yeah, woke is a
It's
little
a bit silly. The other one that comes to mind for me, and I almost hate to bring this one up because I think it's one that's like died down a lot, and I don't want it to come back. But I swear, there was a time, maybe, I don't know, 10 years ago or so, where, and it was mostly women, instead of saying pregnant, they would say preggers, and I fucking hate that. I don't know why people ever started that. Fucking preggers. I fucking hate it.
Yeah, I don't know. Just
I'm trying to think of like just words, but I don't know if anything's popping in my mind. I'm sure there's things that like annoy me.
Oh, and like the whole like boomer thing that's going on now, that's annoying.
Yeah, that's been going for a while, right?
yeah, I don't like that. It's not catchy.
I remember there was a thing where like people were like, "Oh, that's ageist," and then because they were like the social justice, age group that are like, I don't know.
But that is, yeah, because that's true. Like people on the far left complain about, all the isms like ageism, but then they were probably the ones with that boomer line.
And they're like, God damn it.
Hoisted by our own stupidity.
Hosted by my own retard is the one I like.
Yeah, I was going to say
not supposed to say retard
anymore. Now we're going to get an ism.
I think it's still a pretty funny saying.
But no words come to mind for you guys?
Yeah, coochie. I hate that word.
Coochie, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's something like young people say where I'm just like, this person's young and stupid.
What is your favorite...
Ratchet.
That one's pretty bad. What is your favorite euphemism for pussy, if it's not coochie? I always think punani is funny.
Actually, I was talking to somebody, and he's like, what do you call Punjabis? He's like, is it Punjabs? Punjabs. I was like, no, I think it's just Punjabi.
How'd they know about Punjabis?
I think you had... I think he'd like either studied the language or something, one of the languages. I don't know if it was Hindu or Punjabi. But yeah, that was like a random Uber ride. Some dude. We ended up talking about it, but
I do like to occasionally try to, bring back some slang word that died a long time ago. Like, what's the dealio with the...
I thought you were gonna say colored or something. I was like, that's racist. What was that? The Jay and Silent Bob. We're gonna bring back Porch Monkey.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe my grandma was racist.
Come to think of it, she did once refer to a broken beer bottle as an N-word knife. All right, I'll pass it back on to you, AJ.
All right. World's youngest serial killer murdered 3 by age 8. Meet Amarjit Sada, the boy cops in India say is the world's youngest serial killer. Now locked away, his twisted story is finally emerging. According to the UK Sun, Amarjit was just 7 years old when he began feeding his bloodlust. His first kill was a baby. By the time he had turned 8, he had taken 3 lives. His first victim was 8-month-old sister. Next to die was his 6-year-old cousin in 2006. Finally, in 2007, Amarjit murdered a 6-month-old girl. His uncle said that the boy who lived in the village of Mushahar in Bihar had been protected by his family, who were aware of his sickening crimes. They said nothing because they believed the heinous acts were family matters. And it just goes into a little bit of detail. Like, so he's 22 years old now, and he's still in prison, but...
So has he been in prison since he was 8?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, normally they would let him out at 18, but, that's not the case with this guy.
Yeah, in America, usually they, like, close the door on that crap and, like, close your records and send you back out.
Yeah, but not for this guy. That would be the same case in India, too.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So he killed his own sister, and his parents were like, oh, we're just going to let him still roam around.
Yeah, like, it was a family matter, so... we're dealing with it. We'll just, I don't know, maybe talk to him or beat him or whatever they might have done. But
Jeez.
I mean, that's crazy by itself. But the fact that once he killed the second, person, the cousin or whatever, that they weren't like, okay, now it's time to lock this kid up. And they're like, no, we'll let it ride.
Yeah, they only got the police got a confession out of the kid, so the family didn't even
They didn't come forward.
Yeah.
But then again, you got to wonder, like, was this kid just, born with some sort of mental defect, or were his parents, like, really fucked up and maybe, led to him being that way?
Yeah, without backstory, you don't know. But it's usually people are created by, certain circumstances. But
So you think
that's
something
insane.
could have happened in his life?
I mean, frequently, like, people would turn out like that is because they have, like, the overbearing mother or physical violence or something like that. Yeah.
I'm guessing, though, being a killer that young, he probably does have some sort of mental problem.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely possible. It's hard to tell with a kid, man.
But yeah, that's pretty bad to be a serial killer when you're like 7.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
I don't know about you guys. I watch like some of that shit sometimes, like Jeffrey Dahmer interviews and just random crap like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting.
I like, crime fiction and like mystery fiction, but I don't watch a ton of that kind of like true crime stuff.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's just have you guys watched Mindhunter?
No.
I watched because I thought it would be a show that would be kind of up my alley, and I watched the first episode and I just wasn't hooked.
No, I definitely got into that. I really liked that one, but yeah, if you guys aren't into it, we can.
I've heard nothing but good things about.
I really liked it.
Mindhunter.
The first season was really strong. The second season wasn't quite as strong, but
I think I read somewhere that they're not making any more. But that could always change.
I would definitely
these
watch
days.
some more.
All right, well, we'll kick it back to you then.
Texas Republicans seek to throw out 127,000 ballots in a Democratic county, Harris County, which is where we lived.
This shit is happening all over the place.
Yeah. Texas is lousy with like voter problems.
Yeah, I mean, they're not really at any risk of losing Texas, right? But I mean, Harris County is like moving in that direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they already like limited the number of polling locations, early voting.
Yeah, that was like a big scandal this year. Is like Harris County is gigantic, and they had like one polling station or something, or one station or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing they did is like one drop-off box per, a huge area. And then like in some places, since they know there's going to be a lot of mail-in ballots, they're trying to do things like, like this person didn't sign their full legal name. They signed, Mike instead of Michael. It's no good. Or they didn't put their middle initial. It's no good. Shit like that.
Yeah, it's random and weird because I mean, basically this stuff has been working. Like, why are they just trying to fuck it up this year?
Well, because they know they're doing everything to cheat to win. That's what it is. They know where there's going to be them.
I mean, I guess, but a lot of that stuff, when you do something like that, you don't think it's going to be like fairly random. I mean, even if you like threw away 127 votes, if it was evenly distributed, then is it going to matter?
Well, especially when it comes into the mail-in, they know a bigger percentage of those is going to be Democrat.
Republicans were throwing those or trying to have them thrown out, but it sounded like it's not going to happen. It's like a baseless case or something.
Yeah, but it's just the lengths that they'll go to, the stuff that they're willing to try. It's so it's scary. It's frustrating.
So, I mean, that's pretty much it on that. But we got like a couple more days to the election. I mean, I feel like I know how it's going to go. But yeah, I'm in security, so they're having me work at night just in case there's riots or something, which I'm not really. I mean, I guess I would expect something.
If Trump won.
Mm-hmm. If Trump won in Portland, I'd expect something. But generally, when you have something going the other way, if the liberals win, which I'm expecting, like there are some like hate groups who like bust people in, but that's pretty much what would happen. And I think they'd have to be like, they'd be probably just like directly downtown. So I don't know.
The thing is we're not going, most likely aren't going to know this week who won anyway. It's probably going to take at least 1 week from Tuesday.
I'm betting there's a pretty good idea, but I don't know. Some garbage.
But yeah, it'll be interesting. Like, I'm fairly confident that Joe Biden is going to win the popular vote. If he loses the Electoral College, it'll be by some sort of, tampering that we're talking about here, or some sort of shenanigans.
Yeah.
Okay, was that it for that topic?
Yeah, man, it's just short load blurbs.
Okay, my topic is, what is your guys' biggest purchase regret you ever had? From mine, I hate to say this because I think it sounds very anti-intellectual, and I don't think it's the case for most people, but I think my biggest purchase regret is probably going to college. Just because it never... first of all, I really didn't enjoy it, but secondly, like I never put my degree to enough use that it was really worth it and paid off. So yeah, like I said, I don't think it's the case for most people. I think college is a good idea for most people, but I think it is probably the thing I spent the most money on and got the least return on.
I mean, I loved college, but there's I feel like there's a bit of a stigma towards like trade schools and stuff. And I mean, the kids go out and do that for a little while, and they get into like being an electrician or something, and they're doing just fine.
Yeah, some
and
of
they
those
don't have
good.
all these gigantic college debts, and You know, I don't really understand the stigma. I think a lot of times they're probably like the payout is better in a lot of fields, and colleges, they don't really warn you when they're, giving you some piece of shit that's worthless.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. I definitely think there's something to the apprenticeship programs and stuff that are out there that are probably much more beneficial than regular colleges for a lot of people.
Yeah. And plus that way you get a very specified, education.
Yeah, and you almost immediately have a job, and you're probably not making like $1 million out the gate, but there's a number of steps, and you're progressing towards something, and there's a whole system in place.
But like electricians do make really good money.
Yeah, they can make very good money. There's a lot of those out there.
Or like a really good mechanic can make decent money.
Yeah, I mean, I think in the end of the day, if you want to make really good money, I think you still have to own a business, but. Yeah, I mean, there are definitely people out there doing it and making good livings.
Makes good money, a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
Pun intended, plumbers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they make good money.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I think kids maybe should be turned in that direction sometimes. So,
What about you guys? Do you have any major purchase regrets?
I bought a Geo Tracker that didn't last very long, but I mean, I think the worst one on the feeling for me is like I was going through like a mall and like one of these like cute sales girls like caught me, and like she sold me some like like face scrubs or lotion and shit, and I was like, I didn't really need this overpriced garbage.
I bought a treadmill that I did all this research, and I was like, I want one that it doesn't break down and stuff, and after a couple months, it broke down.
Oh yeah, it was squeaking.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't trust that stuff.
I mean, one of my best purchases, I would say, was buying my treadmill, just because that's what made me lose the weight and get in better shape. But I got really lucky because, man, when my treadmill broke, like I was on it, doing a decent speed, and it started making kind of like some funny noises and stuff, and I was like, ugh. And so I jumped off of it, and as soon as I got off of it, it just like slammed to a stop. I'm like, if I would have been on it and it did that, I would have been fucked.
I would have paid to see that one.
Yeah.
I got overall pretty lucky on that treadmill anyways, because like, how it is back home, like the power goes off all the time. And like, I think I had some times where like I exercised, and then shortly after the power went off and stuff like that too. But if the power goes off when you're on a treadmill, same thing. It just comes to a stop, and you would be really fucked. And I'm lucky I never got hurt because of how much the power blinks back home.
Be a cartoon, man.
Yeah.
You've got a good story about why you gave up biking.
Oh yeah. Should I tell that?
Yeah,
story?
that's a good story.
So, like before I got the treadmill, I was just riding my bike, several miles a day, trying to get in shape that way. And we were at my parents' new place, and I was going from there a couple miles, from the house and back. And then one day, like I'm coming home, and I see these. There's a truck coming in the opposite direction that's like stopped, and it's obviously looking at something. And so I'm kind of like, well, what's this guy looking at? So I kind of slow down and come to a stop. What he's looking at is a big fucking bear that crosses the street right there. And like, and the thing is like, if I want to totally not go that way, like, it's a huge round trip.
Right, you're gonna be like 30 miles.
Yes, like it would be a long way up some, alongside a busy highway, up a really steep hill. It would be really bad. And I was already tired because I had already done, several miles, and I was coming on my way back. So like, I'm just like, fuck it. So like, I just like very like gingerly like go past where this bear just crossed, and luckily, I never saw him. He was in the woods and didn't come back or anything. But yeah, I was like pretty scared, going past there. And so yeah, I was like, you know what? I don't think I need to ride my bike anymore.
Yeah. The trucker was real nice, lending a hand. Is like, oh, have a good one. Good luck with that shit.
But yeah, that'll definitely get your adrenaline going when
get you pumping.
Yeah, man, I had another couple scary instances because before we moved there, when we were back at the trailer court, I had been riding my bike a lot there too, towards the end of the river road, and there's a lot of bighorn sheep on that road.
Oh yeah.
Which I actually didn't know until I started riding my bike there, because we had driven down that road many times, and you don't really I'd never really seen them, but riding my bike I saw them quite a bit. So I have a couple stories. Like one instance, like this big rock, they kicked a rock down the hill and it landed on the road, like not too far in front of me, to where to where I'm like, well, if I would have been 7 seconds early, I would have probably be dead. Another story, like right where that rock landed, there was a curve in the road. One day I come around that curve, and I'm not kidding, there's a whole herd of them in the road, and I almost rear end one of them, like really fucking close to just hitting one right in the ass, and they all run off. And then my last story is almost like the bear story, where I go all the way to the end of the river road, and then on my way back, there's a herd of them on the left-hand side of the road, but one of them is one of those fucking alpha males with the whole curlicues.
Bucking up on you.
And I'm like, fuck. Like, because there's no other way home.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, do I, like, wait out this motherfucker? And I'm like, once again, I'm just like, oh, fuck it. So, like, I like, don't make eye contact with him. I just, like, fucking go, like, at, like, a normal pace, And luckily he didn't charge me, but I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
It's scary, man.
They can fuck you up, man.
Yeah, if that thing just out of, decided, oh, I'm going to fuck this guy up, like, there would be nothing I could do about it.
You go for a swim.
Be a punching bag for that thing.
All right, AJ, I'll kick it back over to you.
All right. We are moving in this one, huh? All right. Decent exposure. Oh, here's one about a Spirit Airlines flight. Racist tirade allegedly leads to a New Jersey flight, leads to a brawl on New Jersey flight to Puerto Rico. Now that's the Spirit. A brawl on Spirit Airways flight from New Jersey to Puerto Rico was captured by a passenger when the aircraft landed in San Juan, where a woman who reportedly refused to wear a mask was tasered by police. The woman, identified as Niasi Veronique Payne, provoked an incident by acting in what witnesses call an aggressive, hostile, and deviant behavior. Puerto Rico police said, according to CBS lead national correspondent David Begnaud, a passenger on the flight, the mayhem erupted around 7 p.m. Sunday at the Luis Munoz Marine Airport, where the woman allegedly struck 28-year-old Javier Lopez Cruz, Begnaud said on Twitter, according to police. Another passenger recorded the melee in which the woman, who is wearing a mask around her chin, is seen yelling at a man in a white t-shirt, "Stop, stop, calm down." Someone is heard shouting during the free-for-all as the woman tries to attack the man before she is zapped. In a series of tweets, Begnaud said he spoke to a passenger named Alfredo, who told him the aggressor had been punched before she went on the offensive. Alfredo says during the fight, a young man was moving about the plane, switching seats and not wearing a mask. Flight attendants, according to Alfredo, instructed the man to stop switching seats and to wear his mask. The man didn't stop. When the plane landed, police were called. The violence apparently began upon landing, where 3 male passengers began yelling racist and homophobic slurs at 3 black women, including Payne, who retaliated, according to Alfredo. Although she may have acted in self-defense initially, she reportedly continued attacking passengers. Payne spent the night in jail, and her bail was set at $150,000. So, just a Spirit Airlines flight doing what it normally does. You got people roaming around without masks all over the flight, from seat to seat. You've got people saying racist stuff, people fighting.
It's a good trip.
Yeah.
I never fly, but yeah, I always hear people making fun of Spirit Airlines as though it's like the piece of shit airline, or like one of the cheapest ones.
Yeah, it doesn't have a great reputation.
Yeah, but I mean, what I'm surprised by is the racist tirade on a trip to Puerto Rico. Like, You know, isn't that supposed to be like a pretty like?
Yeah, it's like, let's go and chill, but like on the way there, let's stir up some real shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that could happen on any flight, but yeah.
Yeah, I've never had like an outstanding asshole on any flights other than myself.
Yeah.
I mean, I've only flown twice, so it's yeah.
You hear about it. You hear about people just losing their shit.
Yeah.
I mean, flying does that to people. It stresses you out.
Yeah, I flew with a baby once. That was the most stressful. Like, he puked all over my ass.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I had to get out like in a layover airport and fucking go buy like it was like a fucking like touristy like Arizona t-shirt or some bullshit.
I love Arizona or something.
Probably 3 times as expensive as it should have been too.
Yeah. I got lucky though because they had like one of those like family restrooms that had a shower.
Oh wow!
And like I just accidentally got that one, and I was like, oh fuck, thank God.
That helps.
But yeah, no, the kid exploded like projectile vomited in my face, and his like went down my shirt. My whole shirt was drenched. But yeah. But he was like crying upset on the trip, so we like kept giving him apple juice. So like, it was just like a big cauldron of apple juice.
Oh boy! How old was he?
He was still a little. Jai wasn't born yet, so he had to have been like a year old.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll do.
Yep. So Boris Johnson's talking about locking down England again for a month. And his critics are accusing him of giving in to scientific advisors. Like, if there's some bastards you don't want to trust, it's those scientific assholes.
Exactly.
And then their fucking ivory tower.
Look at them trying to use facts and stuff.
But yeah, I thought that was kind of a funny article.
What a strange thing to be accused of. Look at you folding to information just because it was presented to you and new.
Oh, so I guess just Soylent Green's been getting a lot of bad press lately.
Is this a bad joke?
It's a horrible joke. But yeah, I mean it doesn't taste the best. God damn it. But I gotta say, it's miles miles better than that Soylent Brown. I wasn't even close to getting that out.
I knew immediately you were setting up a shit show on that.
I wish I could have kept it together. Damn it. Oh, gosh.
Was that it for that topic?
Yeah, it was just a shitty joke.
Okay, I got a question for you. Would you guys, if dogs could talk, would you still pet them? And what I mean is like, not like intelligent like human, like what if they almost talk like the dog from Up, like boy, I sure do like it when you pet me. That feels so good, master.
It'd be like, how you made it weird now.
But even that's complex thought. I'm not sure if a dog could put all those.
Yeah, dogs are just like chill, man.
They're like, touch.
They'd probably just be like food, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's probably it. Food play.
Yeah.
But would you pet them?
Yeah.
Probably.
As long as it wasn't too weird.
Yeah.
As long as it wasn't too smart.
Right.
Please scratch me lower, master.
Yeah. A little creepy dog.
Okay, yeah, that was all my stupid topic was. Switch it back over to you.
Yeah.
I am running out of topics fast.
Yeah, I'm almost done.
Let's see. Alright, cop killed by rooster during raid on illegal cockfight.
Damn.
Yeah, a police officer in the Philippines was killed during a raid on a legal cockfight den after a rooster's blade sliced his femoral artery on an official said Tuesday.
Jesus.
Yeah, cockfighting is a popular blood sport in the archipelago where bets are made on the fight's outcome, which often result in death among the combatants between two colorful birds armed with bladed spurs. Because of the pandemic, cockfighting, along with other sporting and cultural events, has been banned to prevent large crowds from gathering and spreading the contagion. Monday's freak accident in the central province of northern Samar happened when Lieutenant Christian Balak picked up a fighting rooster as he gathered evidence of the unlawful event. Its razor-sharp spur attached to the spur's leg struck the officer's left thigh and he bled to death. Provincial Police Chief Colonel Arnel Apud told AFP, according to the New York Times. It was an unfortunate accident and a piece of bad luck that I cannot explain. I cannot believe this is the first time in 25 years it's been reported to me.
Yeah, that's got to be...
just a freak accident.
You imagine it. You don't want that to be your fucking obituary.
Yeah.
You think you're going to get killed by the fucking cartel or something. Go out in a blaze of glory. You're like, nah, I got killed by a fucking chicken.
Yeah.
Plus, the reporter's going to be like, death by cock.
Yeah.
Man, those fucking roosters are sons of bitches.
Yeah, they're assholes.
Yeah, the one my dad has came after me once. And, like, the thing of it is, it was, like, so belligerent. Like, I had to kick it several times before it gave up.
Yeah.
It just, like, kept coming. I was like, fuck. Just kept kicking it.
Yeah, until you, like, actually just, like, football the motherfucker.
Yeah, I had to kick it pretty hard before it finally went away. Things are fucking assholes.
You guys should have been plucking that son of a bitch.
I know. I don't know why he likes to keep it around.
Yeah, he always kept it. He got some new chickens there where they all... that's not really a good topic. Just call it what it is.
Yeah, he has at different points. Like, I know one time he lost a bunch, like a mink or something got in there and killed a bunch of them. So
No.
shit you got to deal with, I guess, when you own chickens.
That's part of life.
Mink, though, huh? That's cool.
Yeah, I'd like to see the mink, actually.
I think they took a picture of it after he killed it, so Mom could probably find it somewhere.
Yeah. So here's one I missed this going back here. So in Quebec on Halloween, there's this dude dressed as like some medieval like character, medieval clothes, and he just went around stabbing people. He killed 2 people and he injured like 5 others. So that was just fucking Halloween in Quebec. Some dude stabbing people.
He was wearing medieval clothes?
Yeah.
He just went around stabbing people for no reason?
I was trying to think of a punchline of some like just being pissed off about something.
Sounds like a super villain from like a 1960s comic book or something, like The Knight.
It's like nobody's gonna know on me on Halloween.
He's just shanking people.
Yeah, just run around stabbing people.
What kind of weapon was he used? Like a sword or like a battle axe or what?
Well, when you see the headline, you first think sword, but it sounded like it must have been something shorter, some kind of knife, yeah. But still, some crazy fucker out there.
Yeah, way to ruin Halloween for everybody.
Yeah, you just get fucking stabbed on Halloween.
Yeah.
It's like coronavirus is going on. Everyone has masks. You could stab someone any day of the week.
I think you gotta be extra violent to stab somebody. Shooting people is easier.
Yeah, stabbing someone's pretty personal.
Yeah. You're like, I'm gonna penetrate your body with this object.
Be like, you get blood on you and all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I was ever in the business, I think I'd go pick up a sniper rifle or something. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be near it.
What, in the serial killer business?
Hitman,
Killing
whatever.
Business, yeah.
Yeah, I remember when that DC sniper thing was going on.
Yeah, that was, I don't even know how they caught those guys because they were just driving around. He had like a hole cut in his door or something and they just shoot somebody random and drive off.
Yeah, I think he had a setup in his like trunk or something.
Yeah, it's either like the trunk or like the floorboards or something. So there's 2 of them.
Something like that.
But yeah, just fucking people being crazy.
Yeah, I don't get the fun of that. Doesn't make sense to me.
Oh yeah, they got to be psychopaths.
Yeah, you never like hear like the motive or like you'd think if you're out there doing something random like that, like you'd have some kind of like message maybe you're trying to like do or something. You have some kind of, like the Unabomber, you got like a manifesto, you're like trying to do something. It's just like out shooting people.
I'm always surprised that there's not more people that try to go like the Frank Castle Punisher route, like people who like become serial killers, but they think they're doing it for a good reason. And
Yeah, I mean, it's such like a high risk thing, killing somebody. Your odds of being caught are pretty high these days.
Yeah, it's almost certain.
But like that's why like
no, is it? I thought like
well, like the number of serial killers has dropped dramatically. Like they've gotten that much better at picking people up. But like like in the 70s to 90s, there's a ton of them.
Get away with it.
I think people still get away with it, but like you don't see like the serial killers and stuff. You can't just
so their patterns get
kill
recognized.
shit. Yeah, you get recognized, you get picked up. But yeah, that and a lot of people's like their first attempts, I think, are kind of sloppy. So they're better at like picking them out the first time around, which is good for them,
Yeah, that's good news.
All right, I got another quick stupid topic. What do you think is the absolute worst smell you've ever smelled?
I have two smells I hate.
There's two I can think of too. So one, which I think would probably be my number one, is like, I don't know if you guys, well, I know you have, but I don't know if you've ever smelled skunk, but not passing by a skunk, like a fresh spray.
Like on
skunk.
top, it doesn't smell like skunk.
It's
a chemical.
It makes you want to puke. It is fucking terrible. One of our dogs was sprayed and then came, running over to us. It is, like fresh skunk spray is so fucking rancid. So yeah, I think that would be my number one. Number two, dead animal smell. It's just so bad.
Yeah, that's definitely a foul for anybody. Like, we're designed to be very repulsed by that because, nature doesn't want us to kill ourselves by eating some of that shit. So, but yeah, I mean, that one's got to be on the top of anyone's list. But
I just feel like shit. Shit smells like the worst thing ever.
I can deal with shit. I really hate Old Sponge. I think it's the fucking nastiest smell. And like differential oil. Oh, fucking, I hate that smell. It's it's the worst.
Differential oil.
Yeah, like rear end oil.
Rear end oil sounds like anal lube.
Yeah, that's true. I'm guessing it smells better when you start than when you finish.
But my rear end oil, I'm ready to go. But would you put those two things worse than skunk?
Yeah.
Really?
I hate them. I really hate them.
Oh, man. Fresh skunk is so bad. Ugh.
But that one's much more rare for me, I think.
Well, yeah, it's rare, but I'm talking
bad,
worst smell you've ever smelled. That would be on my top of my list, I think.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are some animal musks out there that are pretty terrible.
I will say, like, smelling, like we've all, like, smelled a bathroom where someone took a really bad shit. But, like, I think it's even worse when it's either, like, an outhouse with, like, just a bunch of congealed hot shit or, like, a, sewage of some kind.
Yeah, but our dad can take, like, a shit and it smells like a literal outhouse. It smells like 1,000 people's shits put together. Like, I don't know how the fuck he does it. But he does it.
I don't know. I was in the restroom one time in a community college, and I didn't even know. I didn't know this guy was still in the restroom. I was just like, "Holy shit!" And he was like, "Come on, man!" Like, I was like, "Oh my god, I never smelled."
It's like this wasn't supposed to be an interaction.
Yeah, it was just horrible.
Courtesy flush, man.
Yeah.
I went to a urinal once, and this dude came up beside me, and he's like, "Ah, it burns." I was like, "Oh, fuck, there's not enough space between." Oh, I had another one. So this one was in college too, and like I'm in there taking a shit, and this dude comes in and he's whistling. He's like, and he pulls down his trousers. He goes, "Ugh!" He pulls out one wipe. He wipes. He pulls up his trowel, and he's like.
Oh,
And like he was in there for like seconds.
gee.
Dude, I think dad shit's like that sometimes.
Just
He's
fucking
fast.
like power shit. I don't know. I kind of wonder if he just like tried and nothing happened, and he's like, "I'll give it one cursory wipe." But like, who sits down and is like, "Ah," he's like, "No, not gonna happen today." And they just go off whistling, all happy and shit.
He's taking one of those like Futurama nibbler shits, like really dense ones.
Maybe he was like smuggling some heroin or something. He was like, that he was putting it up instead of. I don't know. It was just weird.
That's true. You could have been something going the other way.
So in October, at least 31 states set their one-day coronavirus record. The other 19 states, what are you, pussies?
Step up your game, Stace.
Is that something you tweeted?
No, but that was a real stat, the 31.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of news headlines that say, you know, all these records and stuff. But they said from the beginning, like, it does better in colder weather because, like, sunlight kills it or whatever.
Yeah, I could see that. They were anticipating some fall, like, spikes maybe, so...
Yeah, don't they call it, like, the long winter or something like that?
I had never heard that, but... Man, I feel like I missed a beat on one of these jokes. But, okay.
What, you mean the Soylent Brown? I would say, yeah, you missed the beat on that one.
Soylent Brown. I don't think I could ever be calm because I just do that shit where I laugh at myself. Yeah, I think you just got to tell so many times you don't find it funny anymore that you can tell it to people.
I bet that happens with comedians. Yeah, like the first time they say it, they probably are like laughing with it. But by the time they say it like, 10 times or 20 times, they're I'm done with this joke.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. This is the ultimate question. So, a toilet paper roller or a paper towel roller, you can put it on two ways. You can put it where the paper comes out where it's, against the wall or away from the wall. How do you guys do it?
I just take the whole roll and set it on whatever's closest. That's my plan of action.
What about you, AJ?
I just have it where it spins towards me.
Yeah, because the other way is how a fucking monster does it. People put it where it goes alongside the wall are fucking psychopaths. That's how you tell. If you ever go somewhere and their toilet paper is against the wall, get out of there.
Hey, if you have a cat that protects you from it unrolling the whole thing, though.
What are you talking about?
Like, if you have it coming over the top, the cat will just unspool the whole thing.
Well, don't have a cat. I mean...
Oh, yeah, that was your first mistake. But you have to make adjustments.
But yeah, not putting it on the roller is annoying, too. You got to put it on the roller.
Nah, I don't even like the roller that much.
Yeah, I'm not big on the roller.
Yeah, you just set it on the shelf. That's just a big conspiracy made by the toilet paper holder people.
But yeah, like if you're ever dating somebody and you go to their house, you go to their bathroom, and it's against the wall, just end it right there. Get the fuck out of there.
If you go to a girl's house and she wipes her own ass, you better lock it down.
You got me a fancy girl here.
2-ply.
Man, I've dated girls who didn't wipe very well. It felt like
wasn't the good wiper.
Yeah,
the bidet helps, man.
But you're known for your ass eating.
Yeah, that's how he can tell you.
Could have done a better job.
There's, damn it.
So go ahead.
Missing on these jokes. Or
well, I had something though, but I'm forgetting it. Oh man, so like this is a family matter, but like I never had this, but Dad would have some shit streaks in his shorts.
Oh yeah.
You'd see like a pair of underwear laying somewhere, a big shit streak in it.
Oh,
You'd be like, what the fuck's going on?
I mean, when I was a dirty ass kid, I had those too. But as an adult, no.
Yeah, no, it's like you see shit streaks. You're like, what's going on? You just like you got like a 3-wipe maximum. You're like, I'm done.
But you always had the tidy whities too, so it showed up worse.
I can't say I've never had like a shit where I wanted to quit. It's like, I'm so fucking tired of wiping.
Or like when you have diarrhea and you shit like many times in the same day, like
and your butthole gets raw.
Yeah, and you're like you got to wipe, but it like hurts so bad.
Yeah, you like kind of gingerly like reach in there and
you're
tap
like just
it.
trying to dab
tap. Yeah, the dab.
Let's see. Did you have any other topics, AJ? I think we skipped you.
I have one last one. Let's see here. And this is just basically what we already know. Indecent exposure during Zoom calls not a shock, sex workers. What is shocking for some is just another day at work for others. Consider the case of New Yorker writer and CNN commentator Jeffrey Toobin, who was suspended from his various gigs after he was allegedly caught masturbating during a Zoom work meeting. Pittsburgh webcam model Jesse Sage tweeted, "Almost every day a client tells me they are jerking off while in a meeting." Sage told the New York Post that some clients on sites like OnlyFans have developed a taste for doing it during video meetings while working from home. Last week, a client made a custom clip pretending I was in a Zoom meeting. Sage told the newspaper, all I did was set up a desk, sit in front of Zoom, hit record, and talk to the camera as if I was talking to somebody. The man paid $100 for the 10-minute clip, and Sage, who has been a sex worker for 5 years, didn't find the request strange. I think a lot of times people are outside circumstances they have to deal with. And so, I mean, basically, a lot of people are doing this.
That's pretty easy money.
Yeah, $100 for 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Jeez.
For doing nothing?
Yeah.
Huh?
I wish men could get into sex work like that.
Yeah. Not so easy.
No, nobody wants to see our dicks. And we're so willing to share them so easily.
It would be easy to make yourself into an ugly woman, though.
Did you ever see on Tom Segura that that Josh Potter guy that's on there sometimes? He was like doing cameos where he would do like disgusting stuff with like his feet and his shoulder hair for people that are into that sort of thing for money.
I think you did tell me about that, yeah.
Yeah, like he was like
you have to get into the weird stuff.
Yeah. He was doing like cameos where he'd like put like hot sauce and like different like food shit and like his feet and his toes and like gross shit and his like shoulder hair.
You got to rub a ghost pepper on your pink sock. I might pay to see that. It's a spicy burrito. Oh.
Putting a chili pepper in your urethra.
Yeah. You know, I can't say I blame like, hot young chicks that are making all this money by like having OnlyFans. Like, it's easy money. They're making bank and a lot of them that,
I would figure the market would be flooded. Like,
yeah.
I wouldn't think you'd make that much. I'd be like, I'd be expecting unless you're like, top shelf that you're like pulling down McDonald's money or something, which is still better than working at McDonald's. But
True.
I guess never underestimate the power of desperate men.
Yeah, there's more. There's plenty of us to go around.
Well, just like the sheer amount of like porn on the internet, you're like,
yeah, aren't you tired? It's like, yeah.
Like, you'd think as much porn as on the internet, you'd think everybody made porn at one time or another. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
It's so much.
You would think everybody took part.
It's like, this isn't doing it for me anymore. I got to watch some fucking weird shit live. Give me money. Okay.
I know, like, for me, if I take time off from watching porn, or if, like, when I go to India, like, it's more conservative. So you see less skin and stuff. And then, like, when you go back to it, it's like, oh my god,
Like ankles. Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, about to rip out my pants.
Yeah. That girl smiled at me. Like the Hulk.
Yeah. Your pug got hot-blooded. Dude, last year I did NoFap. You guys heard about that?
Oh, yeah.
I did it for like 75 days.
Damn.
And like,
you are master of your domain.
Yeah.
well, I was still like fucking going crazy though. It's like you're just fucking feel crazy all the time. But there is like a period where you're like, it's like beer goggles without the beer. You're just like, yeah, standing behind the woman in the supermarket who's got a fucking ass white as like a donkey or something. You're like, all right,
Exactly.
this is a good day. But yeah, it's like I thought maybe like it'd subside, like the just being like fucking crazy. But like there is like a period in the beginning where it's just like you feel like you're a heroin addict or something. You're just like skin is crawling and you're fucking just nuts.
Man, I was watching one of those Dr. Drew podcasts, and like a guy wrote in and he was like, sometimes when I take a shit, like jizz comes out of my dick, and he's like, is this normal? And like, and what Dr. Drew said is apparently like if you have like a, haven't jerked off in a long time and you're backed up, like, yeah, sometimes when you take a shit, it'll press against your prostate and like squeeze some out. And I'm like, I know it's weird, but I never.
That actually happened to me a couple times.
Really?
Yeah, I guess because you got like a lot on deck or whatever, but there's no like orgasm. It's just like some comes out, and you're like, yeah. Yeah, but yeah, you do have some like health questions at that point, like what's going on?
Getting off on taking a shit.
Just fucking shit coming out.
Don't they say like, for prostate health, it's actually not good for you to be super backed up?
I have heard that, so yeah, I don't know where the truth is exactly, but yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there's a middle ground somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not healthy to be like jerking off all the time.
Yeah, 10 times a day or whatever.
Yeah. I'm sure at my worst I've beaten that.
Teenage years.
Yeah, when you're like, late teens, early 20s.
Yeah, you can just like pump them out all day.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I got another like quick stupid hypothetical I found on the internet. If you had to change your name to one of the planets in the solar system, what would you choose? I think I would go with Mercury. Mercury Jones.
Yeah, Mercury's not bad.
When you guys got to be Uranus.
Probably Jupiter. Jupiter would be awesome.
Although, isn't Jupiter like a girl's name, like that some girls actually use?
No, Jupiter is it's like the king of gods in I don't know.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, aren't there women around the world named Jupiter? Like,
it could be.
Maybe.
I haven't been to that strip club, but
Yeah.
next on the stage, Jupiter. You'll want to see Uranus.
really trying to get some mileage out of Uranus.
Okay, I claim Mercury. You guys got to. Okay, he's Jupiter, so you got to claim one of the remainders.
Mars isn't bad.
Yeah, Mars is cool.
You go Mars over like Neptune or Pluto.
Pluto. Who's that guy on Popeye? Is that Pluto or Bluto?
Bluto.
Bluto's even weirder. Can you imagine naming your kid Bluto?
Or Popeye.
Yeah.
Or Popeye, yeah.
Or Wimpy.
Or Poopeye.
Oh, yeah, Poopeye was one of the kids.
There's like Pip-Eye, Peep-Eye, Poop-Eye.
Peepeye's pretty bad, too. If you name your kid Poopeye or Peepeye, you fucking hate him.
I know he's not going to grow up right.
He'll grow up tough.
Yeah.
Or he'll be killing people by the time he's 7.
I think we locked the door.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't hear a knock. I got the headphones on.
Oh,
You got something else there?
I mean, I just got a couple of things. Man, I should have sat down. This is the one I feel like I missed a joke on because today and tomorrow is Dia de los Muertos. So I was thinking some joke about like, everybody celebrating death or whatever. And then that's the election on the 3rd. and then back reference to the Day of the Dead. But I didn't put it together. But yeah, no, so.
What do they do during Day of the Dead? Don't they like actually camp out in the cemetery?
Yeah, I think sometimes they'll visit cemeteries and stuff. And yeah, you kind of celebrate and remember the dead and kind of make peace with death a little bit.
It's probably a healthier approach to take to death.
Yeah.
Kind of celebrate it rather than like be afraid of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good one for cultural appropriation.
I do kind of like how they paint their face for that stuff.
Yeah, I like the sugar skulls and stuff like that. It's I don't know. It is interesting.
If I were to like paint my face for Halloween, I would maybe go with something like that.
Maybe next year.
Man, have you guys dressed up for Halloween since you've been adults? I haven't.
Yeah, I did like a few years ago. I dressed up as Jon Snow.
I almost want to say I went as something with Roman one year, but I don't remember.
Didn't you guys do that weird like murder mystery thing? And you like
Oh yeah, we did that, but they had I had like a big ass wig and shit they gave me, but that was all stuff that was provided.
Where was that in Texas?
Yeah, that was somewhere in Texas.
Was that fun?
It was kind of stupid, but yeah, it was kind of fun too.
Do you actually like play a part and do lines?
Yeah, everybody gets a part. You get some lines, and then like at the end, somebody's got to try to guess who was murdered or something. I don't really remember. And then you eat dinner.
You know, I've never really I would be shit at it, but like I've never really done anything that required any acting.
Now I hear the kids coming. Yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be an interesting experience. Maybe some acting classes. Because yeah, it's definitely like it's one of those things you think is probably not that hard, but it seems like maybe
I think it would be hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have to do some sort of skit one day.
Man, the video went down. I was going to try to get you guys a reaction to Two Girls, One Cup. Because I've seen it. Oh, it's horrible.
I've literally never.
I'm trying to go a whole lifetime without seeing that.
Next time we have you on video, I'm going to bring it again.
Oh, man.
Man, I retweeted a video that he saw. Maybe I should have done that on the podcast of this guy in a wrestling ring. And he breaks his legs in a way. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Where they break backwards.
Yeah.
How does that even happen?
I don't know, but it makes me sick.
Man, he didn't look like he was jumping that hard.
I know. It was like, does he have osteoporosis? What the fuck?
Yeah.
God, I feel so like bad just thinking about it. Whew.
Gingerly lands on his feet.
Yeah, and fucking both knees go backwards.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I was listening to Jim Cornette and he was talking about it because the video, went viral and everything. And like apparently like the kid has like a GoFundMe set up. He's already had surgery where he's got like a bunch of pins and rods. But like Jim said that apparently like amputation still isn't off the table.
Ugh.
Like it's that bad.
God, that's awful.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, holy shit. Like I was just like, how did they break that way?
Yeah.
That was like one of the gnarliest fucking videos I've ever seen.
Gosh, yeah, it gives me.
Yeah, that
I
makes
just
me
feel
nauseous.
bad just thinking about it.
But yeah, Two Girls, One Cup is one of those things, you have to hear about because it, was a thing. But I was like, I don't need to see that.
Yeah.
I know. That's why I want you to see it.
Okay, to wrap things up here, I have I found this online today too, kind of a hypothetical scenario. Would you agree to go without showering, brushing your teeth, and using deodorant for 6 months to win $50,000? Yeah. You are not allowed to talk about the deal with anyone until the 6 months ends or the offer is revoked. So like everyone, if you did it, you can't tell anyone, and they would just think you're being like a sick, disgusting piece of shit.
Well, I mean, if you've got the money to just like sit it out in your apartment and be in your own stank.
Yeah, I would do
But
it.
do you?
Dude, man, outside here the other day, I walked past a dude, and like the whole block was stank, and his BO was that bad. And I was like, holy shit. And he was just like, there's like a river falling behind this guy.
Do you think you could become leprous within 6 months?
I mean, you probably have other options, even if you're not actively like bathing. But yeah, you're probably going to be kind of gross.
I would consider it, but like my teeth are already in bad shape, so like if I went 6 months without brushing, I would probably have to use a pretty substantial portion of that $50,000 just to
go to the dentist.
Yeah, go to the dentist and fix my fucking teeth.
Yeah, I don't know. I probably wouldn't swing at it.
I would try it.
You'd try it.
Yeah.
You could always give up.
Yeah.
I mean, if it happened right now, I would maybe at least attempt it because I'm working from home.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be, I mean, you would be fucked because you're living there.
Just lock you in your room and tell you to open a window.
But yeah, the fact
does it count if someone else pins you down and fucking scrubs you?
It didn't mention that. But yeah, not being able to tell anybody and your family's just like, oh, this guy's got some fucking problems. He needs an intervention.
Yeah. Gonna probably put you in therapy or something.
Oh man, do we got anything? You got anything else in your manifesto?
Nothing really. I've already scraping the bottom.
I was thinking about doing one more. Okay, one more silly one, and then we'll go out on this. Would you rather be 3 foot tall or 9 feet tall?
9 feet tall. I could get it in the NBA. Make millions of dollars.
Yeah. It's hard to say what you would do with being 3 feet tall.
Midget porn?
Yeah. You think there's a big enough market?
Exactly. Who wants to be a male midget porn star? I've seen females.
If you're 9 foot tall and everything's proportional, you've got a decent size going.
Yeah, it doesn't mention that. You got a cock the size of a 3-foot guy.
Yeah. They have the switched expectation on the ding dongs.
I think I would go the 9 feet tall route, but I mean, that's going to suck too, kind of, because you're always going to be banging your head on doorways and cramped in cars and airplanes and shit.
I mean, like I said, if you do something with that height, you make it in the NBA. I think 18 to 20% of 7-footers are in the NBA.
Yeah, you told me that statistic.
So,
But
like,
even if like someone like I'm so uncoordinated, like even if I magically sprouted to 9 feet tall, I would still be shit at basketball.
Basically, just throw it to you and you hold it over everybody's head and drop it in the bucket, man.
It'd be easy then.
I think I'd still find a way to fuck it up.
Somebody would draft you though. Somebody would pay you.
Are there any sports that benefit to be 3 feet tall? I want to see that sport.
Yeah, they should have like just like
you have
midget
to
sports.
Yeah, you have to
They
like
had midget wrestlers.
you have to crawl through tunnels and shit or something.
Yeah, I feel like wrestling is one of those sports. Like you can be a lot
It's
more
like
athletic.
it's like those dog runs only with like midgets.
That would be funny to watch.
That's awful. Well, yeah, first combat's gonna be a short person.
They won't make it this far.
They dropped out at the Soylent Brown.
If anybody made it to the Soylent Brown, they probably dropped.
I should have opened with the Soylent Brown.
Weed out the people that we don't want.
Oh shit!
You know, you have to have this low standards to continue.
Yeah, the bar is this high.
All right, guys, should we call it a day?
Yeah, let's
I'm
do
out of
her.
topics.
Well, if you want more Soylent Brown quality, go ahead and tune in again next week. Before we leave, one more time, guys, what is your Twitter handles?
I am a name for this too, and that's the number 2.
Unsolicited SUG.
And you can find me at Zach Jones Live. ZACH is how you can spell my name. And you probably already got it, but if not, you missed out on that guy breaking his legs horribly.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that will do it for all of our shenanigans this week. Make sure to tune in again next week. Bye.
Take care.
I have a good one.